Okay, in the previous class, we were discussing about how to design the amplifier. Okay, so here we were discussing about designing one particular problem. See, this is one we were taken in the previous class. Design a high gain amplifier for a power gain of 15 dB at the frequency of 3 gigahertz. Okay, this problem we saw. For this specification, we got a solution. Okay, so this is from the S matrix of this given problem. It is a unilateral one. The device is a unilateral because S12 equal to 0 here. So using unilateral design equations, we designed the amplifier. So first what we do, any design while designing amplifier, micro amplifier, what we have to do, we should first check for stability of the amplifier. Okay, so once we get a stability of the amplifier, either is a conditionally stable or unconditionally stable, that you have to check. If it is unconditionally stable, then need not to go for graphical solution. You should design the amplifier, that is the input matching network and the output matching network, to get a particular value of gain. Okay, so in the previous problem, as we discussed in this for this particular S matrix, and for this device, it is a k is equal to infinity and delta is less than 1. So automatically it is a unconditionally stable. The system is unconditionally stable. Okay, that a transistor. So unconditionally stable means you can use you next okay, once it is not need not to go for a graphical solution. So you can use any impedance on the Smith chart. You come to know now from this unconditional stability. We came to know any value you can choose within the Smith chart for the ZS and the ZL. Okay, so next part is anyway you can stability can be get by using any value over the Smith chart, but to get a particular value of gain, see, we need a particular value of gain. Okay, like a input, from the input side we need a 2 dB gain, from the output matching network we need a gain of 1 dB. To get that input 2 dB gain, we have to choose a particular values of ZS, because all values over the Smith chart do not give a gain is equal to 2 dB. So we have to choose a particular values over a Smith chart to get a 2 dB gain. So that's why what we did, we have to draw the gain circle, constant gain circles, input gain circle and output gain circles. 2 dB gain circle we have to draw. Over that you can take any value as a ZS. Similarly, we have to draw the output stability, output gain circle. This is the one what we have draw, see in the previous class, 1 dB. And this is circle we have drawn. So you can take any value over this, because the all values give a stable operation. See, we come to know it is unconditionally stable. Once it is unconditionally stable, any value over this gives a stable operation. But to get a 1 dB gain, see, you should take the value only over this circle. So that's why we have drawn 1 dB gain circle. This is for ZL, for the selection of input output matching network. We have drawn this. Okay, so in the over this you can take any one impedance value. See, like this, they have taken one value here, impedance. And in what we have to do, we have to get this input impedance with a design of that matching network. Okay, similarly 2 dB, 2 dB. So we have to draw this, and we got a ZS value. So this is a ZS value taken to get a 2 dB, and we have to design the input matching network. Okay, so that input matching network and output matching network are like this. So this is the input matching network, this is the output matching network. So input matching network, we this is the impedance we have chosen. It gives a 2 dB gain. So looking in this direction, see, this direction, looking this direction, the impedance is equal to this value. So that is achieved by connecting this capacitor and this inductor. Okay, that is from the Smith chart. See, moving from here to here and again here to here, you can get these two values. Similarly, we did for this also. Say to get this particular value, you started from a 50 ohm here. This is a 50 ohm. Okay. Similarly here also source impedance 50 ohm. So we moved from source impedance of 50 ohm to this point. Okay. So we got these two. By connecting these two, the input impedance here equal to this. Similarly, we did this is a load is 50 ohm here, but we connected here. This is a moving on a resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. Arts the capacitor like this. After this point, we are moving on a constant conductance circle to reach this point, because you should reach this point. To reach this point, you should move over either a conductance circle or a resistance circle. But if you move over resistance circle, you do not reach this point. So you should move from here on a conductance circle to reach this point. So we are moving from here to here over conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. That are the shunt inductor like this. So that is impedance matching network we got. So that we saw in the previous class. Okay. So once it is unconditionally stable, so any values you can do for stability, any values, but we need a particular gain. That's why we should draw the gain circles like this. Okay. So that is our previous problem. Okay. Today we will see one more problem. That is here you see here. This is a problem. Design a high gain amplifier for a power gain of 15 dB at the frequency of 6 gigahertz. If the selected bipolar transistor has the following S parameters at 6 gigahertz. Okay, this is a given problem. It is operating at 6 gigahertz. Again, we need a 15 dB gain only. High gain amplifier. 15 dB gain we needed. Okay, but it should operate at 6 gigahertz. It is operating frequency must be 6 gigahertz. Okay, at that frequency only it will give a 15 dB. Okay, or it may be over a bandwidth. Okay, so this is a S matrix of the device. So from this S matrix, this is not a unilateral device. See here, it is not a unilateral device because S12 is not equal to 0. S12 not equal to 0. So what we have to do, we should check for the unilateral figure of merit. Unilateral figure of merit we have to consider here. Okay, so in the unilateral figure of merit we have to test this here. Unilateral figure of merit we should do, because if if it is not a unilateral of one, then there may be a error if you use a unilateral design equations. Whatever the equations have given till now, those equations for unilateral uh, device. Okay, but in this problem what happens, this is not a unilateral. Okay, so automatically we cannot use those equations, unilateral design equations. Okay, there may be a error. Okay, but as I said already, I told this about while doing that unilateral figure of merit. Even even it is not equal to 0, S12 is not equal to 0, still we can use the unilateral design equations if the error introduced by this assumption is less than some specific value. Okay, so that we did in the earlier topics. So what we did, you did like this unilateral figure of merit. We calculated this unilateral figure of merit. That unilateral figure of merit is given by this equation. See here, this is a unilateral figure of merit. So for this particular problem, it is 0.204, 0.204 here. Okay, and you should calculate this limit. GT by GTU maximum must be within this limit. See this and this. Then you can use this as a unilateral design equation. So you can use. So this is a given here. See, for this particular problem, GTU maximum you have to calculate. That is GS maximum, GL maximum, and G naught you have to take and calculate. Okay, and GT is a 15 dB. It is given in the problem. So GT is 50. This is 17.11. You do the one. Thus must be within this limit. Unilateral figure, from using unilateral figure you can calculate this. Okay, so you can come to know in terms of decibel, this is this 1.98 dB, and this is minus 1.61 dB here. Okay, so this is you can use, because the error introduced here is smaller compared with the what we are needed. Okay, needed 15 dB gain. Error is lesser introduced by this unilateral design equations. Even you use a unilateral design equations, the error introduced may be less compared with the what our achievable gain. So uh, we can use this. So this testing we have to do if it is not a unilateral. Okay, but in the previous problem we were not done that. See, it is automatically 0 here, value is 0, so we did not check that unilateral figure of merit. But for this problem you should do first unilateral figure of merit. Okay, and you should get the limit like this. Okay, after testing only, if it is very less, you can proceed for unilateral design. Usually in the examination, okay, we will provide, but you should do it. Okay. Okay, so this is first you have to check. If once it is not a unilateral, what you have to do, you should check for unilateral figure of merit, and after that if the error is lesser compared with what we needed, what the achievable gain, you can use the unilateral design equations. Okay, so okay, assume we got from this. See here, this is the unilateral one. You can, we can use the error introduced, it is lesser. Okay, next what we should do, once that testing over, you should calculate the stability now, stability of the amplifier. So for check the stability, delta and k we have to get here, delta value and k value. Okay, for this particular problem, using this equation, delta value is less than 1. Okay, you can try. Okay, use this and you will be getting it is less than 1. Similarly, k value, using this equation, k is less than 1. Now you see here 0.77, it is 0.77, it is lesser than 1. So what we can come to know, this is conditionally stable. The system is conditionally stable or potentially unstable because k value is lesser than 1. Okay, delta less than 1, but it also should satisfy, but it is just not satisfying. It is less than 1. So automatically it is conditionally stable. So once it is a conditionally stable, you should find out which are the values you can use for the stable operation. Okay, because all values are not stable. Some values are unstable. If you use those values, the system will become unstable. Okay, that's why you should find out on the Smith chart which are the values you cannot use while designing the amplifier for a ZS and ZL. Okay, so here this is the one, input stability circle. You should draw now input stability circle and output stability circles to get the region where which are the values you cannot use for a stable operation. Okay, these two circles, two more circles you should draw now if it is conditionally stable. Okay, so input stability circle we have to draw. Input stability circle, see, center of the circle and radius of the circle, these are the equation, this and this equation. From this center of the circle we got this. Substitute the values of S11 delta, S22, you will be getting center of the circle is this. Okay, and radius of the circle is this 0.88. Okay, so from here, see, it is CS is 1.77 at an angle of 114.29. It is a center of the circle of stability circle, input stability circle. So you should draw the circle. To draw the circle, first you should mark this 114.29. Okay, so you see, this is 0 degree here. This is a 90 degree. This point direction is 90 degree. This is somewhere 114 degree. This point 114 degree. You should draw a line passing through that. This is the line. Okay. Next, you should mark 1.77. 1.77 means, as I said, you should first measure how many centimeters from here to here, how many centimeters, and using scale. Okay, you multiply this number by number of centimeters here from here to here. Okay, for example, it is 6 centimeter, so you multiply this by 6, so you will be getting some value. Okay, so how many centimeters? 6 centimeters multiplied by 1.77. Okay, 6 something, we will be getting 7 point something. Okay, 9 point something. So from here, center of the circle, on this 114 degree line, you mark those many centimeters. See here, 6 multiplied by this, how much it is, 9.4, 9.6, I think 9.6 centimeter. So from here you measure a 9.6. This is a point. See, this is 6 centimeter up to here 6. This is around 9.6. So this is the point. This is center of the circle, input stability circle center. And from keep now you have to draw, keeping this as a center. Radius is equal to this 0.88. 0.88 multiplied by 6. Okay, in the examination you don't take 6. You should measure how many centimeter in your Smith chart from ear to ear. From ear to ear, how many centimeters, that you should take. Okay, and multiply this by that value. So here, for example, 6 centimeter, 0.88 multiplied by 6. Okay, it is around 4.5 centimeter. Okay, so here keep its center as this, and 4.5 as the 4.5 centimeters as the radius. Draw a circle. See this. This is a circle. It is a circle drawn. Actually, it is like this. Okay, but I have shown only over this part. Okay, you can extend this in like this. Okay, so this is the one. So this is in stability circle, input stability circle. Okay, so from the input stability circle, what we can come to know, you see here, this is a part of the stability circle is over the Smith chart. See here, but this stability circle is not enclosing the center. It is not enclosing the center of the Smith chart. Okay, it is inside but not encloses the center of the Smith chart. So this part, see here, it is stability circle is overlapping here. So now what we can come to know from this input stability circle, ZS, actually we are drawing this for finding the value of ZS. Okay, so we have drawn this circle. So we draw the circle. From this circle we come to know, see, this stability circle not encloses this center of the Smith chart. So the region outside the stability circle, see, this is the stability circle. Okay, the region on the Smith chart which is outside the stability circle, see this region, this is stable region. This entire is a stable. Okay, now, but this part you see here, this part inside the stability circle, this is a stability circle. These values of the Smith chart, see, from year to year, these values of Smith chart, they are the unstable. You cannot use these. Okay, they leads to the instability of the amplifier. We cannot use this, but you can use outside this any value for as the des. That we came to know from this circle. So we cannot use this for, okay. But if see it is it is not enclosed, but if it is encloses, then the different case. Okay, so for this particular problem, because of the stability circle is like this, stable values are outside the stability circle. You remember yesterday class, stable values are outside the stability circle, these values. But you cannot use these values for a stable operation. You came to know that. Okay, so our constant gain circle should not lie here. Values should not lie. You should not take a value of constant gain circle lying inside this. Okay, that's why we have drawn. Okay, so this is a input stability circle. By drawing that, you came to know you should not use these values. You can use any value outside that, from here to here, but only here below, not here. And that is from the input stability circle. Similarly, you should draw output stability circle for to find the ZL values. Okay, which are the ZL values you can use, that you can come to know from this output stability circle. Okay, so again you should draw the circle. So center of the circle is this, and the radius of the circle is this, using output stability circle, center and radius, this and this. Okay, you can see here it is a large value, 99.7 is the angle, and the value is 21.40. That's a very big circle. You see here, it is a very big. Actually, you cannot do it uh, uh, this circle, because it is the center means, you see, 99.7 you can somehow you can mark here. See, this is 90 degree, this is 0, this is 90 degree. 99.7 means it is somewhere here. 99.7 will be here. Okay, and but okay, we will be drawing like this line, but it is 21.40. 21.40 multiplied by 6 means the radius of the circle is very big. Okay, and so approximately this is I have drawn using this tool, AWR tool. So it is a circle, a part of the circle is passing like this. You see here, pink color one. Part of the circle is passing like this. Okay, so this okay, we will see. Okay, we have drawn. Actually, in the examination, we do not give like this problem, which is not possible to do in the paper. Okay, we will possible type of problems only we will be giving in the examination. Okay, but this is a case, for example. Then you see the stability, output stability circle, a part of the output stability circle is like this. You see now here. And okay, what we can come to know from this, this see the values, again this circle is not enclosing the center of the Smith chart. The values outside the stability circle, see these are the outside the stability circle, you can use for ZL, but you cannot use the values here. You cannot use the values here for stable operation. Okay, so that is a one that we come to know. So this part anyway, here we cannot use as a ZL. Similarly, ZS we cannot use this part. Okay, only this part you can use for stable operation. So this is the first part, stability. Okay, usually this question will be asked for 12 marks. Okay, first you should check for unilateral condition. Next you should draw the input stability circle. Next you draw the output stability circle. Okay, from that you can mark which are the values you can use to get the stable operation. Okay, so that is here what we can do. So after that, next part is, okay, you should again design it for 15 dB gain. The question here is 15 dB gain. So you should proceed in the similar to the previous one. You should calculate the value of G naught. Okay, S21 magnitude square. So are you audible? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Vishmita?
ma'am.
Audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here G naught, it is you should calculate next to draw the constant gain circle. You should draw the gain circles. To draw the gain circles, see G naught. G naught is S21 magnitude square, that is 13.46 dB. Okay, but this is less than what we needed. Okay, 15 dB is needed. So what you should do, you should do GS and GL, you should choose GS maximum. uh, you calculate GS maximum. We got, this is the equation, unilateral design equation. GS maximum, this is the one, it is 2.9 dB. GL maximum, it is 0.73 dB. Okay, what we needed is actually G naught gives a 15 G naught 13.46, but 2 dB lesser here, we need at least 15 dB. Okay, that's why what we have to do, you can take 2 dB from here. You cannot take 1 dB from here. 1 dB here, 1 dB here, you cannot take. 1 dB you can take from here, GS, but 1 dB you do not get from GL. So what we can do, we took it as a 0 dB only. But 2 dB available from here itself. GS itself, input matching network itself gives a 2 dB because 2 to 2.9 is a maximum. So you take that as a 2 dB here. Okay, GL is taken 0 dB because 1 dB you do not get. 0.73 itself is a maximum. So you keep it as 0 dB only. Okay, so by adding this, G naught is 13.46, GL we took a 0 dB only, but GS we took 2 dB. So totally we will getting 15.46. So that is whatever we needed, 15 dB, but it is little bit more, no problem. Not very much difference. So 15.46 dB we got. Okay, so next what you should do, so 2 dB you should get from the input matching network, 0 dB from the output matching network. You should design the impedance matching network now. Okay, so for that what you have to do, you should draw 2 dB gain circle at the input side, 2 dB gain circle and 0 dB output circle you should draw. Output gain circle, 0 dB output gain circle, 2 dB input gain circle you should draw. Okay, to draw the 2 dB gain circle, see, you should calculate center and radius again. Center and radius. Center is this, radius is this. And again GS is here, GS divided by GS maximum. Remember this equation. Center and radius, GS maximum. Okay, this is small GS, a normalized gain values, equations for normalized gain. This is required value of gain divided by maximum value of gain. Okay, that is a GS that I have done in the previous topic. Okay, you read that. What is that? GS divided by GS maximum. Okay, similar to this problem. Here you see GS. What is the small GS? Normalized gain. GS divided by GS maximum. GS means required value of gain. GS maximum value is what are the maximum value you are getting, can be obtained from that device. So in this problem, So here GS maximum. Okay, it is there only. I have it. Okay, so GS and GS. You have to draw the constant gain circle, 2 dB gain circle, input gain circle. You should draw. Okay, for that these are the center and radius. This is a GS. GS is here. See GS by GS maximum. What is the gain required? 2 dB. But in this equation, you should substitute a ratio. It should not be in dB. So convert this into ratio. That is 1.58. Take a antilog of this 1.58. You substitute 1.58. And GS maximum. What is GS maximum? That is 2.9. Convert this into ratio. Okay. That you should substitute here. What is that value here? 1.94. You convert 2.9 into ratio, that is GS maximum, you will be getting 1.94. Okay, you take a ratio of that. That is a normalized gain GS 0.81. That you substitute here. Similarly, you substitute here, you will be getting center and radius. So this is the input gain circle to get a 2 dB. You should now draw this circle. Okay, to draw this circle, see I have drawn here. This is the one. This circle here. What is that? 0.68, 95.8 degree. 90.58 degree is, this is the one. See here. See, this is the one. This line is there. This line. This is 95.8. This is 90 degree. This is 95.8 degree. Okay. Here. And next what you should do here, 0.68, 62. 0.62 means you should count how many divisions from here to here, how many centimeters from here to here. 6 centimeters, for example. So multiply this 0.62 by 6, 3.6 centimeter. So over this 95.8 degree line, 95.8 degree line, you mark 3.6. This is somewhere around here. Okay, this point, this is center. Now center of the circle, and the radius is 0.24. You take a 0.24, multiplied that by 6, for example, you will be getting 1.2 something. Okay, take that as a center, this as a center, 1.2 centimeters, and draw the circle. This is constant gain circle. GS is equal to 2 dB. GS equal to 2 dB. 2 dB circle. GS is equal to 2 dB circle. This one we have drawn. Okay. So to get a 2 dB gain, see, we need a 2 dB gain for the input circuit. As we saw here, 2 dB I needed to get a overall 15 dB. 2 dB I needed. So for that I have drawn circle. Which value I have to take? ZS. That is one value over this. One value over this. Okay. So now see why we draw the stability circle previous. You see, actually this is just input stability circle. See our value. See this circle, 2 dB circle we have drawn. This circle is now, you can see it is outside this input stability circle. See, this is input stability circle, which I have said already. CS and RS. See here I have shown it already. See this one we have drawn this circle. Okay. So and we have drawn gain circle, 2 dB gain circle. So our 2 dB circle is fully lies outside this stability circle. Okay, actually these values are unstable. You cannot use, I already said this, you cannot use these values for ZS because this gives the instability. Okay, you can use outside. So now what we can see from this circle is fully in the stable region. The circle is fully in the stable region. So any one value you can use from this again. See, for example, this circle is inside here. If the radius is more and if this circle lies here, then what? You cannot take some values here. Now we can take any value year to year. Okay, but if this circle, if it falls inside this, then what happens? You cannot take the values falling inside this. But now what we come to know, no problem, you can take any value over this, because they are in the stable region of stable region. Okay, one value you can take like this. Okay, to the one, any one value you can choose as a ZS. So this is the one here. You can choose any one value, and you can obtain the impedance matching network. You see here. So here I have taken this as the ZS, and you should design the impedance matching network. Okay, to design the impedance matching network, what we have to do? I have taken this value on the 2 dB. This is a 2 dB circle. Okay, this is the 2 dB circle. I have taken one value. This is in the stable region. Okay, no problem. It is in the stable region. You take this, or you can take here also. You can take here also, but I have taken some value. It is convenient always to do like this below part. Okay, this is a point. I have taken this. Okay, it will give a 2 dB gain. To design the impedance matching, what we have to do? You should start from center of the Smith chart, move like this over the constant conductance circle. G is equal to one circle. See like this. Move from here. G is equal to one circle. You should move until, see, this is the point where you supposed to reach. Okay. Now you see one of the resistance circle is passing like this. This is the, through this point a resistance circle is passing like this. You take that resistance circle. Okay, so from the center of the Smith chart, move on G equal to one circle like this, and stop here where you intersect with the circle passing through this point. So R circle, this is some R circle, it is passing like this. So you move from here and the G is equal to one circle and stop here. Okay, so if moving from center of the Smith chart in the clockwise direction on the conductance circle. This is conductance circle. G is equal to one circle like this from here. It adds one element. Okay, that is capacitor in shunt. Capacitor in shunt. Okay, up to this. So that is a capacitor in shunt like this. You can have capacitor in shunt. Okay, this element will be added. Next, from here you reach this point. Okay, here you are moving on constant resistance circle like this. So that adds the it is clockwise direction, so inductor in series. Okay, so like this. So inductor in series is added like this. So we have drawn the constant 2 dB circle, 2 dB circle, gain circle like this, and over that one point we have taken as a ZS. Okay, so next to obtain this capacitor or inductor impedance matching network, start from the center of the Smith chart, reach this point. How to reach it? Okay, we have moved like this. From here you move like this, and then you move like this. This adds capacitor and inductor in like this combination. Okay, so now this gives the 2 dB gain. This part, by doing like this, we will be getting 2 dB gain. Okay, so that's why we have drawn here this gain circle we have drawn, and it is in the stable region. Okay, similarly, what we have to do next, you should get 0 dB, 2 dB from input. We got that, we designed matching network. Next, we should 0 dB from the output matching network. Okay, so to get a 0 dB, again a 0 dB circle you should draw. Okay, so that is here 0 dB circle here, center and radius of the GL equal to 0 dB. 0 dB circle, gain circle you should draw, output gain circle. Okay, center and radius. So to get a center and radius, we need a normalized gain GL. This is this. Okay, GL is the required value, 0 dB we required. In terms of ratio, it is 1. GL maximum 0.78, 0.78 something, GS maximum. GL maximum 0.73 dB. Convert that into ratio. That is 1.18. Okay. You take a ratio 0.84. That you substitute here and here. You will be getting 0.34, 58 degrees, 0.34. Okay, radius is 0.34. This is 0.34 and 58 degrees. So mark the center and radius on the Smith chart. So it is 58.8 degree. That means, see here, this is center. Sorry, 0 degree. You move like this. This is 58 degree. Draw a line, 58 degree line. This is 58 degree line. And over this, you should mark with the center 0.34 multiplied by 6. Okay, that is around 2.4 centimeter. So center, from here you mark 2.4 centimeter, take it as a center. This is center of the circle. And radius is again 0.34, multiply this by 6, 2.4 something you will be getting. Take radius equal to this and draw circle. This is 0 dB output gain circle. See like this. Okay. Now you can take any value over that like this. Okay. Again, all the values are in the stable region, because you see here output stability circle is this red color one, pink color one. This is output stability circle. Okay. You cannot take the values here. Okay, actually what we have drawn, this is the constant 0 dB circle GL. It is outside this. These values you cannot use. Okay, but outside this you can use here. Okay, so actually this circle lies outside this. If you draw, it will be like this, somewhere like this. It is somewhere like this. Okay, but the circle is already outside this pink one instability region. Okay, so any one value we can use for output design, output matching design over the circle. So this point, it is gives a stable operation. Anyone, because it is any value you can take, because it is in the all the values are in the stable region. You can take any value. Okay, so this point I have taken, and now design the impedance matching network for this. So that is here. See here, I have taken this point. Okay, so again you start from the center of the Smith chart and reach this point. Okay, here you should move on the constant resistance circle. R is equal to 1 circle. See, from the center, actually this center point passes through R is equal to 1 circle this way, and G is equal to 1 circle this way. See, this is G is equal to 1 circle, this is equal to R is equal to 1 circle. If you are moving like this, to reach somewhere here, you should move on this circle. G is equal to 1 circle. To move here, you should first move on the R is equal to 1 circle. See, this is R is equal to 1 circle, and move up to this point. Okay, this is a point where the once conductance circle passes through this point. See here, this is a point. Through this point, some conductance circle is passing like this. Okay, you know, you see that which is a conductance circle passing through that. You stop there. So start from here and stop here. Okay, after this point, you move on the constant conductance circle to reach this point. Okay, so started from here, you moving on the constant resistance circle like this. Okay, constant resistance circle, that is R is equal to 1 circle here in the anti-clockwise direction, that adds a series capacitor. So this is actually the output impedance 50 ohm. Series capacitor added like this. Okay, capacitor value you can easily find this. Okay, I already told that in the previous semester. So capacitor in series added. Next, from here you move on constant conductance circle from here to reach here. That adds conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction, inductor in shunt. See like this. Okay, that value you can find. So like that, this is output matching network. It gives a 0 dB gain, 0 dB gain. GL equal to 0 we needed. Okay, so it gives, if you do like this, it gives a 0 dB gain. So this is final circuit. This is a final circuit. Okay, So here this we designed, it gives the 2 dB gain. This is a 0 dB gain. This is 13 dB gain. So 13 and this is 2 dB, 15 and this is 0 dB. So total gain is 15 dB for this amplifier. Okay. So like this is a complete design. Really, this is carries a 12 to 15 marks one problem, because if it is conditionally stable, you should draw the stability circles. That is the one question here. Okay, in this problem all we came all possibilities are appeared here. First is a unilateral. You have to check a unilateral. Okay, unilateral figure of merit you should find first. Next stability you have to find. Again we came to know for this problem it is conditionally stable. Once it is conditionally stable, you should go for graphical method. Okay, you should draw the input stability circle and output stability circle. See like this. So first unilateral we saw error is lesser, so we gone for unilateral design. Okay, we unilateral, but you should check for stability region. Okay, delta and k we got, but k is lesser, so automatically it's conditionally stable. If it is conditionally stable, you go for graphical method. Graphical method means you should draw input stability circle and output stability circle and should find out stable region. That we have done. So here is condition input stability circle we have drawn. This is the input stability circle. This is unstable, we cannot use these values, but outside we can use. That we come to know. Okay, next we have drawn output stability circle. So this is pink color one is the output stability circle. We cannot use these values for ZL. Okay, you can use these values for stability. Okay, so that we came to know by drawing input stability circle and output stability circle. That we came to know we cannot use this for ZS, we cannot use this for ZL. That we come to know. And after that what we do, we have to get a required gain. 15 dB needed, but G naught gives only 13 dB. 2 dB we want, so we designed input stability, input matching network and output matching network to get a 2 dB and 0 dB. Okay, 2 dB, you will be getting 2 dB only for a particular value of ZS. So you should find out what are those ZS values. That's why we are drawing input gain circle, 2 dB circle that we have drawn. See, using this we draw this circle. So from this circle what we can come to know, all these are stable, you can use any one value. So we have taken this point. Okay, for now you should design impedance matching. So we took this point and we designed like this. Okay, so that is the input matching network we obtained. Similarly, what next we did, 0 dB output gain, 0 dB we want. Again you should draw circle, 0 dB gain circle. For that you should get a center and radius. So we draw this 0 dB circle. ZL, to choose the value of ZL. So any one value you can choose over this. We have taken this. So after taking this, we designed this matching network, this and this. Okay, so that is this is output matching network and this is the input matching network. Finally we got like this. Okay, so to see, this is just you for you two inductor, two capacitor, but what and all we should do for all the, what and all we should do to get the values of all these things. Okay, so amplifier design at a high frequency, it is not an easy task. And also you people came to know in the laboratory, even a small change in frequency if you go in the problem, it is very tough to get. Hello, are you audible? Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
Sushin? Sushin is there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Karthik?
Yes,
Karthik?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yashwant?
Audible.
Yashwant? Vivekananda? Ujjwal? Nikhil? See, these automatically you may face problem. We cannot do anything. I know it is difficult to watch all the videos at a time. Hmm? You should listen to the class, then you go through at least the same day or in the next day, at least you can get something. If you keep like this pending without attending, it's really tough to complete the course. I am repeating in every class, but many of you are not attending the class. Hmm? It is very tough in the examination if you do like this. It is a offline examination. Hmm? Mm. Okay, so all of you go through like this. See, in the examination, usually unconditionally stable type of problem will be coming. Less chances for drawing that stability circles. Okay, but questions may come like only for stability circle. Draw the stability circle. That kind of question may come, but not everything like in this problem. See, in this problem what happened, all kind of tests we are doing, unilateral test we are doing, stability circles we are drawing, gain circles also we are drawing. Okay. All are there. So usually this kind of question carries more marks. Usually we should ask for 15 marks. So in the examination usually we will try to avoid like this in the single problem. Okay. Usually in the amplifier design, usually unconditional stability kind of problems will come. So need not to draw the stability circles. Just you can draw the gain circles and you can design the impedance matching network. Okay, that kind of problems may come. But that stability circles maybe in the fourth unit. In the fourth unit, separate question may come. Draw the find graphically whether the system is conditionally stable or unconditionally stable. Only that they do not ask for design, amplifier design, just for checking conditionally stable or unconditionally stable, a graphical method. In such a case, you have to draw the input that stability circles, and you should mark which region is stable, which is unstable region. Okay, like that. Okay, so this is about amplifier. One more problem will be there that we will see in the next class. Okay, see, please all of you go through the topics whichever I am covering in each class. Do not keep it as a pending. Okay, tomorrow is that quiz is there at 4 o'clock. Okay, today we will leave.
Ma'am, what's the pattern for tomorrow's quiz, ma'am?
Same multiple choice questions will be there, and similar to the previous quiz. Short answer type of matching type will be there, and choice multiple choice will be there. All combinations will be there. Do not expect only multiple choice questions. Okay, short answer type will be there. Matching type will be there, and one more is true and false. True false also there. All four combinations will be there again. Okay, similar to the quiz one.
Ma'am,
Okay.
please share the PPT.
Okay, okay. I will try. Okay, I will send the PPT. Okay, today.
Okay, okay.
Okay. All of you go through my videos also. I think you may not get fully from my PPT. Okay.